Zelensky has just stormed out of the White House, and his only chance at having some sort of opportunity to resolve the conflict with Russia in Ukraine. There's a few important points that need to be made. Number one is that your opinion on this might be different depending on whether you're European or American, because if you're from the UK, you have been fed a constant narrative of utter lies by mainstream media. You've had idiot prime ministers going over there for their photo shoot dressed in their camouflage gear, trying to push the narrative that Ukraine is somehow, defiantly standing up for democracy and trying to push the false narrative that Zelensky is actually a political leader as opposed to a fully paid for actor and billionaire. If you're American, you'll understand much more sensibly, Trump doesn't have to do any of this. Trump doesn't have to get involved, but he knows he can end the war and stop the unnecessary forced conscription of Ukrainian children to go to the front line. The important thing as well is the level of disrespect. Zelensky shows disrespect in three main regards. Number one, the way he speaks to President Donald J. Trump as an individual with J.D. Vance there in front of the press. Those are not conversations for in front of the press. Number two, the way he dresses and appears, not wearing a suit, not dressing for the occasion, sitting there with his arms crossed, playing up like he's a comedian in some kind of sitcom when in fact he's in the Oval Office and the Oval Office matters. And thirdly, and most importantly, disrespecting the office of the President of the United States of America. He just screwed up big time. And if you see the shots of the Ukrainian ambassador, maybe you will start to understand that. Zelensky has just screwed himself. And I'm here for it. Because as a PS, I've seen the whole playbook for the Ukraine war since the start. I've been pissed off with people that bought into it. I've been annoyed with people flying their bloody Ukrainian flags because they're just completely psyoped into believing what they were told by Boris Johnson. The people that had Ukrainians into their home because they were better people. Oh, please. Do you see now? Do you see what you're being sold? Probably not. And that's one of the things about being sold a lie. Once you've been sold a lie and you've been naive enough to be sucked in by it, you have to defend that position because otherwise you look stupid. It's like COVID lockdowns and the vaccines. You can't acknowledge what's actually happened because if you did, you'd have to be acknowledging that you were stupid and no one wants to do that. My two pennies on what's just gone on with Zelensky stropping out of the White House and then have to be put in his booster seat in the back of the car.